Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Write to Recite. This is Belal, your brother from another mother, beginning with Bismillah. In this video, we're covering the 4th verse of Surah Al-Falaq. Obviously, whenever you're starting, you start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We've already covered قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ وَمِنْ شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ. And now we're doing Min Sharrin-Naffathati Fil Uqad. And so get your paper, get your pencil, get your tablet if that's what you're using. And the process is we're going to write the skeleton first, and then we're going to do the dots, and then we're going to do the a-e-us, and then we're going to do the un if there is any. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. If you watch the previous video, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Then we're going to do the simple stretches. Now we're going to do the rest signs, the connects between the letters, the strong signs, the W's you see over here. Then we're going to do the simple stretches. There's a few of them here already. And then we're going to do any special symbols. And that will be the process of us learning to write, to recite. Let's get started. Bismillah. Keep in mind though, if just as a notice, that if you are beginning the recitation of the Quran from the middle, not from the beginning of a specific chapter or surah, but from the middle, it's always the etiquette is to begin with the isti'adha, and you don't have to say Bismillah. So you would say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge, I seek protection in Allah from shaitan, Satan, the rejected one. And so we begin وَمِن Sharri-Naffathati Fil Uqad. I broke it up for you. So let's get started with the writing. First one is wa-min. So wa, mim, noon. And that's a very sloppy noon. Let's make that a nicer noon. Let me try that again. Wa-min. This is why it's good to have a pencil, not a pen, so you can kind of go back and redo some of the stuff. So we got wa-min, then we do the sheen, and then we have the ra. Wa-min sharri, and then we have al-naffathati. Naffathati. Boom. Now, as you notice, there's no dots here, right? So that's okay. This is the process. Fun fact. When the Quran was first compiled into a mushaf, which is the actual physical manifestation of the recitation, compiled in pages, the writing was just the skeleton. There was no dots. There was no sound signs. There was none of that. It was literally just a skeleton. That's how the Quran was first compiled. So we're following the journey of the development of the written pages as it happened over the years. So we're writing the skeleton, al-naffathati, and then fi, and just so you know that this is 2 letters. This is fa and ya. Then we continue. In fact, let's make this bigger so we can see it better. Fi, and then al, alif, lam, a, qa, and then dal. Fil uqad. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back, and we are going to put our dots. First dot is on the noon. So we've got noon. Let's get the angling right. There we go. We got the first dot, noon, and then we have another dot on the sheen, or not a dot. We have 3 dots here. Let me do that again. These dots are looking like sound signs. There we go. Close enough. Wa min sharri, and then al-naffathata. So 1, 1, 3, 2. So we have 1, 1, and then 3, and then 2. So we have a noon, we have a fat Felix, we have a 3-topping taco. Well, we have 3 and then 2. So 3, 2, aka taco. Then we have a fat, which has 1 dot. And then we have al-uqa, that has 2 dots. And da. Al-Uqad. Now, let's do our sound signs. What are our sound signs? So, first sound sign is wa, mi, a, e. So we do a, and actually it should be longer than that. A, e. Wa, mi, and then we have e again. Sha, and then ri. Then we have I. So we have I. Then we have fi. And then we have I. I. There we go. We're coming along. This is starting to look similar to what's actually there in terms of our reference. Now we got the sound signs. Next, we're going to do any connects. So if we look here, وَمِن Sharri-Naffathati Fil. There we go. There's our strong sign, not strong sign, our rest sign, our connect. So let's go ahead and get over to the connect. Boom, we've got our connect. What else we got? We've got, just wanted a heads up if you're not already familiar. So this right here, as you'll notice, there is nothing on the noon. That's indicative of the fact that there's an invisible rest sign there, because we're going to be connecting the meme with the noon, so it becomes wamil as opposed to wamina or wamini or waminu. No, it's wamil. And so, but because it's implied and from, that's what it's saying, and from Sharri al-Naffathat, right? So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to connect it, but that's in the recitation. It's indicative that there is a rest sign there, but we don't have to write it. Now let's go to our strong signs. What are our strong signs here? We've got a strong sign on the ra, on the noon, and we've got a strong sign on the fa. So let's go ahead and let's put our strong sign on the ra, and then a strong sign on the noon. Actually, that needs to be a little bit nicer. Come on, do better. Do better. So let me get the line right. There we go. On the noon, Naffathat. So we've got, I think that's all of it. Now we're going to do our simple stretches. Now there's a couple of simple stretches here. We got a simple stretch next to the fa, and we got a simple stretch next to the tha, like thinker. So let's go ahead and put a simple stretch here, and then a simple stretch here. All that's indicating is that it's like an alif. So or the alif. So we're going to stretch. So it's not naffathati, it's naffathati. Naffathati, as opposed to naffathati. It's naffathati. Fi, or in this case, because we're connecting here, because that is a simple stretch, but we're not stopping here, we're connecting to the next word. So we say fil uqad. And after simple stretches, is there anything else? We got our symbols here. We've got one tadpole over here on top of the a leaf, and we've got another tadpole here on top of the a leaf. These tadpoles are basically telling us that when we connect the word, so the ra to the noon and the fa or fa to the lam, fil, what's going to happen is that a leaf is going to disappear. So it's going to become وَمِن Sharrin-Naffathati Fil Uqad. So let's go ahead and add that tadpole to let us know. Boom. Come on, do better, do better. And boom, we got that. And then we've got that. So let's bring this all together, and then we can see right here on the page, وَمِن Sharrin-Naffathati Fil Uqad. That's the 4th verse of Surah Al-Falaq. If you have any questions, then let me know down in the comments below. I'll see you soon.